What's going on, guys? K-Dog's Kennel coming back at you with some more LA Noire. On to the next case. This is the second to last case in the Homicide desk. But first we have a cutscene.
And now my heart's a blazing ruin. You say that you were only fooling. Don't walk away. Don't.
Cole has a affinity for this jazz club.
Don't leave me singing this torched song when I'm burning.
Studio Secretary Murder.
We will look into it.
Ouch.
Yes, I'm aware that it's an election year. Keep a hold of your hat, Counselor. Now is not the time to lose your nerve. It would appear that someone has hocked a rose gold wedding ring and matching engagement ring. Sound familiar?
Deirdre Muller.
Press the pawnbroker and see what you can find out. The address is 348 South Main Street. The Muller case goes before the grand jury next week, and the DA does not want any egg on his face. Then get out to the railroad depot on Santa Fe Avenue. We have another poor unfortunate found this morning beside a railroad. 40-year-old white woman.
Right, Skipper.
All right, let's get a new outfit. Let's do the Outsider. We haven't worn this one yet. I don't know what it is about.
And Deirdre Muller's ring.
The outfits. I don't know. Every case I like to switch up the outfit.
The Emperor may soon have to come to terms with the fact that he's wearing no clothes.
Exactly. Did you get that book of riddles shoved up your ass, Phelps? Is that what your old man paid college tuition
All right,
for?
let's go to the pawnbroker first. Always gotta wait for my fucking slow-ass partner.
You've got to admit, this is looking odd.
Anyone could pawn a ring.
If you take it along with all of the other indicators...
Cole, Hugo Moeller was identified by the school's groundkeeper. He's our guy.
Witnesses have fingered the wrong guy before.
He ran, for God's sakes.
And he always maintained he was set up.
Alright. Somebody's always slamming on their brakes in this game. It's fucking hilarious.
So what next?
Detectives Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. You have a rose gold wedding and engagement ring?
David Bremner. Am I going to get something for this pledge? Gave that bum money, now you guys are going to leave me short.
How much did you give him?
$50?
Try another number.
20?
Try 10. Feel lucky you're getting it.
I have the rings right here.
That's hilarious. So now you're out like, well, $40.
What's this mark here?
Maker's mark. Usually traceable. That one came from Hartfield's Jewelry down on Broadway.
Thanks for the tip.
Hartfield's, we actually put somebody down for murder.
Does this mark mean anything?
Hallmark. Gives you an idea of the quality.
22 karat gold.
What have you got on the guy who brought these in?
Goes by the name of Percy B. Shelley. Gave an address. 15 Poland Street, London, Tulare County.
Can you give us a description of the man who pawned these rings?
Not sure. Medium height, medium build, dark hair, I think. Sorry. He just had one of those forgettable faces.
We'll be in touch, Mr. Bremner.
What a fucking description. Medium build, medium height, medium this, medium that.
Can you drive to this one?
Head out to the rail yard.
Hi. Where are we headed?
We have a problem.
We could have the local troopers check out the Tulare County address.
The address is bogus. Perp is having fun with us. The guy who's been sending the Dahlia letters is also the guy who pawned these rings.
How do you figure that one?
Percy Bysshe Shelley wrote the poem that came with the Dahlia letter. If the Dahlia letters are genuine, then the man who killed Elizabeth Short may have also killed Deirdre Muller.
And how do we prove that, Phelps? Skipper ain't gonna like this one bit.
We're gonna have to rely on this guy tripping up on his own vanity.
You boys ready? Follow me.
Actually, I forgot
We should keep this development with the rings.
yeah, I gotta actually drive here, but that's not a big
We're all on
deal.
the same team, Rusty.
Chain of command, Phelps. The skipper will decide who needs to know. Got it?
I get it, Rusty. I just don't like it. Hard, isn't it?
Yeah. I look after all the rail depots.
What have you got?
The Negro, Nelson Gaines, called it in. I came down here to make sure him and the other guy, Jameson, stuck around.
Jameson found the body?
Something like that. Guy makes me sick.
We'll talk to the coroner. Keep an eye on both of them.
All right, let's go take a look at...
Detective Phelps and Galloway, homicide. Can you tell me exactly what happened?
We were shutting cars over to the main line when I saw this man here lying on top of this woman. The woman wasn't moving and seemed to be in a bad way.
What time was this?
About 7:30 this morning, sir.
Thanks for your help. Have you given Patrolman Hart your detail?
I have, sir.
Thank you. You can go now.
All right, let's go take a look at the body. Clothed. Oh my good lord. Look at her fucking face.
Another missing ring.
Certainly seems I've been swabbing a lot of bare fingers recently.
Her fucking head.
Smell?
Very good. There is the usual evacuation smell, but it appears she's been living rough for quite some time.
Very strong smell of alcohol.
Well, the autopsy will tell, but I would assume that she was inebriated.
Can you be more exact about the time of death?
No later than 2 a.m.
The
The
face
state
looks
the
like it
body
was caved in.
A 1 or 2 hour window is the best I can do.
Alright, and then we're gonna come over here. A few things to grab here. Levine's liquor store.
This is a chit for personal items, not booze. It's an angle worth investigating.
This is actually kind of a lengthy case, honestly, because there's a lot to it. Mench's Bar, I believe.
Maybe someone at Mench's will remember her.
Mench's Bar. And her handbag. Top part of a letter.
Someone was trying to get her to come home.
Okay. And Keystone
We could
Bill
go over
Company.
to the lot and see what they know about her.
That's going to be difficult, Cole. The Keystone Studio lot closed back in 41.
Actually, if I remember right, Keystone we actually investigate later for something, but... Bum, bum, bum. Wait, I gotta interview somebody. There's a witness or something. Oh, there he is. He's sitting over here. I was like, I know damn well there's a witness over here. This guy.
Detective Phelps, LAPD Homicide.
John Ferdinand Jameson.
We need you to answer some questions, John.
If you don't mind, I prefer Ferdinand.
Don't push your luck, knucklehead.
What were you doing to the body, Ferdinand?
Are you sure you won't be upset?
Try me, Ferdinand.
I was kissing her.
Oh, shit.
It's not against the law.
Shut up.
There's no
Take
law
your
against
beating
it.
like a man.
Turn out your pockets, Ferdinand.
Lipstick.
Classic Carmine. Is this yours, Ferdinand?
No. I found it near her purse. I thought she could use some lipstick.
Rusty, stop! Don't hit him.
Interference with evidence.
You went through her purse?
It wasn't like she needed it. I took a look.
I like look at his hands on his hips like, truth.
Did you take any money?
Wasn't any to take. I found her lipstick and her matchbook over on the mat. Not much else.
And the discovery of the victim's body.
You found the body?
Yes, I did. I work here. I was coming off shift and headed home.
Out.
Why didn't you report the body, Jameson? Do you know how this is going to look to a jury?
A jury? What gives? I could tell that she was dead. I came through here about midnight last night. She wasn't here then.
Let me belt him again.
You're under arrest, Jameson. We'll see how this plays out. Until then, you can think a little on how you'd like to be treated if you were found dead.
I'm telling you, it's not illegal. Me and some friends of mine...
Oh! Decked him again.
Clyde, you get this sack of shit into a cell. I'll deal with him later.
Sure, Rusty.
Fucking necrophilia, that's so fucking gross. I mean, to each their own, I guess, but that's just, oh god, that's just morbid.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need an address on Levine's Liquor, closest store to the Santa Fe Avenue rail yard, if possible.
Just a moment, Detective. Closest store would be the one at 939 South Hope Street.
Thanks.
Alright. Head off to the liquor store.
You know the way. You can drive.
And where exactly are we going?
We're gonna head to the liquor store, get our booze on.
Read that those goddamn Chinese want to sell the relief food that we're sending them?
Yeah. Yeah, I read about that.
Those people are starving. They can't do that.
Want to sell the food to fund the civil war against the communists.
Really? I guess that's okay then.
Armies can't fight without food. You spend all your money on weapons, but you still have to have the will to fight. Fortunately, the Reds will win in China.
Watch your mouth. You know what you're saying?
The people of this country overthrew a king. Do you think the Chinese will balk at an emperor if they are starving?
Well, so we got one watching, so welcome in if this is your first time. Levine's Liquor Store at 11:22 a.m. What we got going on?
What can I do for you?
LAPD, Phelps and Galloway. We're making inquiries into the murder of Evelyn Summers.
Evelyn? She's dead?
You knew Evelyn Summers, Mr.
Robbins. Yes, I knew Evelyn. I was a good friend of her ex-husband. She kept some of her stuff here.
Can you show us, please?
Sure. Come this way.
Why, thank you, sir. Thank you for your cooperation. I actually have this weekend off. I'm actually going to be uploading quite a bit to my YouTube channel this
Fine
weekend.
stock here, Mr. Robbins. Well, you let us taste them
To
from
get
the road.
a good chunk of this game done. I'm also going to start Salt and Sanctuary, which is going to be our next
He's
walkthrough.
joking, Mr. Robbins.
She kept a bed here, but I probably shouldn't have let her. An alcoholic in a liquor store. That was never going to work out, was it?
No, usually doesn't.
We'll take a look around.
Evelyn. Maybe her mom.
She wasn't always such a loner.
She had a family. Keyword is had.
Evelyn was reading Aristotle?
Aristotle Metaphysics.
Evelyn wasn't stupid. The only stupid thing about her was her need to drink.
This is the guy that runs a fucking liquor
and she
store.
Was borrowing books from Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Okay. And we're gonna come here. Have a name plaque.
I'm guessing Evelyn hadn't held down a job for quite some time before she was killed.
And we have a bowling pin from Rawlings.
Rawlings Bowling Alley. Maybe Evelyn did something other than drink in her spare time.
Rawlings. I know that place. Corner of 9th and Grand. A lot of cops bowl there on Tuesday nights.
Dun-dun-dun. Oh, shit. No. Go back. We gotta talk to this guy. Alright. Your contact with the victim, sir.
We're trying to account for Evelyn's movements yesterday.
She came by in the morning.
A social visit? To pick up some of her things?
She had a couple of bucks and bought a quart of rye.
Oh, she did now, did she? No, he's telling the truth.
Any idea where the money came from?
She didn't mention it. But she did say it was a present for a boy. She said they had been fighting and she had to make it up to him.
I'm sure that just broke your heart, didn't it? Relationship with the victim.
Were you and Evelyn close, Mr. Robbins?
Not many people will be sad she's gone. I'll be one of the few.
I mean, why would he lie about that? Truth?
We got the impression that Evelyn had been sleeping rough of late.
It became difficult for me to have her staying here. Her mother was trying to get her back on the straight and narrow. She's old now. And to be honest, you have to have a good reason to want to get back on.
And the knowledge of McCaffrey.
Do you know a friend of Evelyn's by the name of McCaffrey?
Not personally.
Yeah, I doubt.
We're struggling for leads, Robbins. Did she know McCaffrey?
She idolized him. From what I gather, the feeling was far from mutual. He seems to peddle a revolutionary stance, fixing the ills of society. You could see how it would appeal to down-and-outs like Evelyn.
Thanks for your help, Mr. Robbins.
No problem. Hey, I'd like to make arrangements for the funeral. You think I could get in touch with Evelyn's mother?
Put in a call to the watch commander at Central Station, Mr. Robbins. He'll be trying to reach the next of kin.
Thanks. Get the guy, huh? Evelyn never hurt anybody.
Murder is... I don't know, guys. Murder is something I've never understood. Like, what possesses someone to kill
You can
somebody?
drive.
Fine. Where are we headed?
They had dementias. I've just never understood the urge for someone to kill somebody else. I can never wrap my head around it. Menches bar. How the fuck do we just go back in time?
Drink, fellas.
Phelps, Galloway, Homicide. We need to ask you some questions concerning Evelyn Summers.
I'm Walter Mensch. Evelyn Summers, what is it now?
You knew Evelyn?
As well as I wanted to know Evelyn. She's a pain in the ass, always coming in here, cadging drinks, never had any money. She was in just a couple of nights ago.
Did she ever tell you where she was staying?
I don't know. I think she was living rough. She had that kind of stunk about her.
Who did she drink with?
A bunch of these guys. Ask around.
A bunch of these guys. I see 1, 2 people in the fucking bar. But yeah, let me ask all these fucking
What's
men.
your name?
Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Mind if I ask you some questions, Mr. McCaffrey?
I'm just a starving writer, Detective. What do you want to ask about?
Evelyn Summers, and why she was found beaten and strangled in the rail depot on Santa Fe.
Okay. I see your point.
How well did you know her?
I can't say that I knew her. It was more like I was aware of her.
All right. Criminal history.
Do you have a criminal record, Mr. McCaffrey?
Nothing serious. I've had a few skirmishes.
I somehow doubt that.
Do you want to save me some time, or do you want me to look up your file?
Industrial disputes, strikes, workers' rights, that kind of thing.
A regular fifth columnist. Nice to meet you, comrade.
Relationship with the victim.
You say you barely knew Evelyn?
Yes, that is correct.
Why?
You're lying, McCaffrey. You looked down your nose at Evelyn, but you knew her, and you have some idea of what happened.
I hope you're holding aces. I'm telling you again, I barely knew the woman.
Yet she had a book with your name on it.
Why would you lend her your book on metaphysics if you only knew her in passing? It was more than that. A Renaissance man like yourself lending his books to his acolytes.
She hounded me about that goddamn book, and then she lifts it from my apartment and lies to my face that she didn't take it, as if she could even comprehend any of it. I saw her go into a hotel with Tiernan last night. They had booze in a paper bag. He's your man.
Thank you for the information, Mr. McCaffrey.
All right.
You're free to speak to the regulars. Just don't shake them too hard.
Shut up, dude.
You know the way. You can drive.
Got a Rawlings bowling alley.
Going?
Oop, wrong button.
Car 11K, car 11K, come in. Car 11K, car 11 King, KGPL.
11 King.
A message from Captain Donnelly, return to Central, code 2.
11 King, en route. Let's not keep the man waiting, Phelps.
Well, then, why don't you drive, Dick?
You're behind the wheel.
I'm not the one fucking holding them up. Good move.
Captain is downstairs with Ray Pinker and Carruthers.
Oh, Jesus. Gotta do this crap again.
I recognize that guy from the papers. He's a cop.
What's this about, Captain?
Ray and Mal have some concerns over the Henry and Muller cases, which I don't want aired outside of this room.
Evidence is solid, Captain.
I agree, Rusty. It's just that corpses keep piling up.
Copycats.
I've been banging the same drum. But the notes and the lipstick messages.
Evelyn Summers, Cartel Classic Carmine. Each woman, same brand, same color.
Teresa Terrelson didn't have a lipstick message.
Technically, you're right, Rusty. She didn't have any lipstick. But she did have a message. We found it beneath her dress, scraped with a sharp stick.
What did it say?
You sure you want to know?
Ray?
As far as we can be sure, it said cunt BD.
That's one way of looking at it.
Looking at what?
Cunt is all about access, Phelps. You're married, so yours is mortgaged. Some of us like to pay by installments. This guy doesn't like to pay at all.
Why are you so angry, Mal?
Because I just had to fire one of my assistants. He was a friend of Jameson's. God knows what he might have been up to.
Captain, we have good leads in the Summers case, but it's up to you to decide how we proceed.
Keep this under your hat for now. And to follow up on Evelyn Summers, I want daily reports.